Right, this is probably the biggest session that I've looked at yet, and probably the newest as well. This is from 2020, and it's Break My Heart by Dua Lipa. I really like Dua Lipa. I think Dua Lipa turns things to gold. I really do. That Plastic Hearts, she did Prisoner with Miley. She did some stuff with Kylie too. Wasn't as I thought it would be more interesting, but it was still good. I mean, Kylie's whole album was great, and Dua Lipa just managed to get on some stuff too. But I think she does a great job. Even though there is that whole like, oh, she took that song from these people. It's like, yeah, well, guess what? Who didn't? And you know what? I feel like a lot of the times that they accuse her of that, she did a better job anyway. No offense. For example, this particular song in 2020 is obviously by Dua Lipa, and it's called Break My Heart. And it's from her second studio album called Future Nostalgia. And it was written by Dua Lipa. I'm just going to lean in so I can see. Al Tamposi, Stefan Johnson, Jordan K. Johnson, Andrew Watt. The production was handled by Watt alongside the Monsters and Strangers. Due to a similarity to the guitar riff in the NXS song I Need You Tonight, Andrew Ferris and Michael Hutchins are also credited as writers, for crying out loud. I mean, great work, guys, and awesome and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, like, pass the torch, you know what I mean? It's time. Dua Lipa was born in 95, so she wasn't even around when that I don't even know when that came out. Either way, I'm rambling. This is huge. We need to get in because it's massive. I love this song. Look at this. This is the whole, like, 108. I thought it was 140. Jeez, it might as well be. It's just too big. It's too big either way. We're going to look at every piece of it. Not all of every piece of it, but we're going to look at everything. They're just dropped in alphabetical order. I haven't done anything to these because it's so massive. I've muted one channel there, which actually is a stereo render of the entire song. Let's just look. Let's just check it out. It is so cool. Ad-libs, they're a vocal part. I'm just going to listen to them because they're in order, so we might as well hear them.
I would have stayed at home because I stayed at home.
Okay. Going to be hard to move all these around, but maybe we should. This is going to be something. All right. While we're doing that, yeah, I think it would be appropriate to do so. So I know it's a big session, but ad-libs, well, I'm going to bring that down to the bottom, and I know that there are some vocals down here too. So we can do this. We can definitely do this. Dua, anything that says Dua on it is going to be vocal. See DL, which is Dua Lipa, that's her name. Fun fact, Dua Lipa's birth name, is Dua Lipa. That's her real name. That's the coolest birth name that you can possibly have. Albanian, I believe. She's British, and her name, by birth, is Dua Lipa. That is the sickest name. That is so cool. All right, I think that's the vocals there that I want to just get out of the road. So we'll go back up and have a quick look at what we are supposed to be listening to. What's this? Fills. Vocals? Okay, left and right fills. We might as well left and right them. Okay, that's really cool. Very cool. I like those sounds. Andy guitar in alphabetical order, everyone. Nice little chill bit there. This is a kick stem. Obviously for special little parts of the song. I bet you can't guess that part. I should have stayed at home, 'cause I would have been better alone. That's the part. Fuck, it's a good song. I love this song. This is super sick. Up bass. Whenever you want it, baby. Stay at home. Here comes that kick. Oh, man. I can't wait. This song is actually like, go, whatever you're doing, if you're watching this now, go and listen to this song right now. It's so good. I really love it. I know some people that aren't huge Dua Lipa fans, and they're like, oh, it's not really, for me or whatever. I'm like, that's okay. But it does have, I've heard the term lack of substance thrown around. No, it does have that. Go and listen to the words of this and go and enjoy yourself. It's a banger, and it's got something, like every song. They're all love songs, aren't they? You might notice I've got the master volume all the way down here, because when you get these things, it clips over 10 decibels. So let's hear this. So low. Sub bass. And then hear this other bass. It's so low. That's enough to blow your windows out if you had that up high enough in your car. And then watch this bass part. Another piece of that. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't put that back on the other track, but here's another one. Maybe they're just filling spots in or something like that. Here's another bass track and then a guitar track. So let's hear that. Electric bass. Love that. Oh, they've gated it. Wow, that's been like side changed to be gated to whatever the other instrument is, so that it's super duper tight. I really like that. It just tightens everything up. You don't have to rely too much on the bass player being spot on, because you can just filter it off for something else. I love that. Let's go. These are going to be the same. Yeah, 100%. Maybe it's the same thing the whole time. Yeah, I think it might be. Listen to that though. It's like turning the volume down real quick. Oh, here it comes. Here it is. That's really, really, really cool. All right. Electric guitar. That's the riff. That's the riff. I mean, and really in excess, do you really... Come on. Be honest with yourself. How can you own rhythm, which is like not the same as the... Did you play the Rick and Morty game, Pocket Mortys? That has a song that is exactly like that. And I mean more exactly like that than this is. I'm not buying it, but good on you, Andrew Ferris and, Vale Michael Hutchins. Congratulations on your new song. Whenever you want it, baby. Sorry, I just gotta let it all out. Gorgeous. Yeah. Or is this it? No, because it's different again. Maybe it's this. No, still doesn't sound like In Excess to me. Nah. It's the same. It's the same picking pattern. Like, big deal. Anyway, sorry, I'm raging. I'm raging today. I love this song too much for anyone to tell me I'm wrong. Even though I may well. They're the guys on the credits, not me. It sounds so thick. I love it. Just like real, just tasteful. Yeah, you got to have a chicker track. I love a chicker track. Put all these guitars together and like... Give me one of these, baby. Oh. Whatever you want from me, whenever you want it, baby. Gonna get blocked locked straight away just for singing. To me, I should have. I love it. All right, I got to stop singing it. Warner owns this. Warner are the company, and Warner are who I love, by the way, because they hold all this great things that I really hold dear. They're a bit more tough on this stuff, and so yeah, thank you Warner in advance for checking this out and making sure it's okay. Check out how cool all this stuff is. We can hear these things individually. Listen to this Juno. Now, what do you think? Do you reckon that's an 8, a Juno 6, or a 60, or a 106? 6 and 60, same thing. One's got a few different features, but that's cool. And so it couldn't have been the new Juno because they only just came out in 2021 or 2 after this. But more Juno, please. Oh, now we see we're getting pretty loud here, right? I can hear exactly where I am. Give me all of that you've got. I love Juno. I love Synth. I love Roland products too. Thank you very much. Okay, enough. We got it. We're only at 16 out of 108. So, number 17, Tambourine. AW Tambourine. Okay, I can deal with that. That's standard stuff. And a lot of these are stemmed down into the mix for that particular instrument. So, that's got all of the stuff that it needs to be processed, and it's panning into one file now. So this would be I don't know if it would be a remix stem or an actual multitrack from the original session. I mean, it's definitely from the session, but how exact it was to on the day is different. You know, it can change. I'm talking shit. Just listen and enjoy. Don't know what it is, but I love it. Interesting to hear those little clicks in there. I'll go back and hear some of the clicks through this sample. Yeah, wow, strange. If you're in the chat and you want me to focus on anything, let me know. Jaren, thought Dua Lipa was a porn star, and I learnt something today. Wow, there you go. That's a cool sound. I wonder what synth that came off. All right, let's check this little piece out here. All right. Now this next, that's all that is really, isn't it? This next file, this part here is literally the entire track. So I'll just give me one sec, like. But you know the track, right? So that's just like a render of it. No, I'm not going to play that because that's where you get in trouble. Strings only, okay. That's the sickest thing I've heard all day. That's fat as hell. Tell me now, do you think those are real strings or do you think they're synth strings? Now, everything else we've heard that we've had synth strings on has sounded quite naff because, I mean, technology constraints, but this sounds too tight. I mean, but, it's the 2020. This was recorded in the future. You know what I mean? Compared to everything else you know and love, this was the future. And it's kind of sad that it doesn't get, from the people that think they know better, it doesn't get the kind of props it deserves because it's modern pop, but it's better than a lot of stuff. Sorry, I'm not doing it justice. You need to hear the start of the sample to hear it. Yeah. It's got to be keys. Doesn't say it's bad. Okay. Oh, you get that? One for me. Give me your money, baby. I gotta stop singing. Yes! I can't stop doing it. How fat is that? All right, more. That is so fat. I love it. It's great. Put it on. Turn it up. Okay, there's only one more little bit to go. We might as well hear it. Can you click the button? Okay, that's the end of that. Oh, man. I nearly had a stroke. That was so cool. Classic clap, gated reverb. One more. Let's hear that last one. Those last three are going to be the same. We're not going there. Dance kick. Interesting. Let's hit it. What's this bit? Oh, it's just one like hard hit. And then you can see by the way those samples are kind of phasing in and out of each other, they're the same. I reckon this one's the same too. What do you know? See, this is the thing about, we're looking at the most modern, literally the most modern example of pop you can possibly get. Tracks are expendable, which is why there are 108 of them. This isn't tape. You're not saving a resource here that you have a finite amount of. You've got hard drive space coming out of your ears. I mean, I don't know if you can... I'm holding this thing here. What you're listening to right now is coming off of this, and I can shake it around and do all this stuff with it instead of it spinning around and me ruining everything. The hard drive space is almost unlimited now for the things that you can do. So, of course, they're using a bunch of tracks. It looks like a very impressive session too, and I mean, we're going to prove that it is a very impressive session. It's so cool. Guitar, throw, CM. Still doesn't sound like it exists to me. Okay. Juno. Very low note. Oh, open that cut off right at the end. Crank that open. And then what do we got here? Same thing. And then maybe the same thing again. And then what's this? Looks slightly different. Same thing. JJ loop. Love to hear it. Turn that up a little so you can hear. Mix that with a kick. So I take it that goes through the whole song in particular sections that it's needed. Yeah, getting used. Now, JJ Lupo 2, I can't see anything on this. I'm going to make this really big. I haven't changed the size of the track, so I'm still looking at every single piece of the whole song here. This is the whole however many minutes it goes for. We'll just change that to beats and time so we can actually see. So this is the whole 3-4 minutes there. And doesn't look like anything actually happens on that. So interesting that's been left in there. Okay, maybe it's a missing track. JJ Piano. Rev, meaning revision or reverb? Oh, definitely no reverb. Oh, reverse. I'm a moron. All right, I'm just checking this because I reckon we might have been sprung already. Let's head back. No, we're still good. Just nobody's watching. And thanks to everybody, or by the way, who is checking out the YouTube channel. I'm very proud to say that I'm a quarter of the way to monetization. That doesn't mean anything to me because, well, I don't need money from YouTube, and any money that would get generated would go directly to Dua Lipa's record label, and anybody else whose song that I've covered, it goes to them. So it'll go straight to their hostage negotiators, and then they'll get a small percentage of that. But I don't. Not bothered about that. But what I'm saying is that thank you 200 odd people who have subscribed in the last month, and the over 1,000 hours worth of shit you've put up with from me. Appreciate that a lot. Here's some more reverse piano. Moving down to the next track. Just another one piano hit. Okay, just going to move through this one. We're at 32 out of 100 channels, and we're already 20 minutes in. Wow, that's really super sub. I don't know if you can even hear that, but I'll go to the next one because that one was so low. Wow, that's big. And then I want to hear that other track. Whoa, man, I'm going to roll that back a little bit again because I told you this session gets loud. But on that note, I might actually pull those down too because they don't ever need to be there. Okay, and then this next swell. So there's quite a few layers here being built up. And see, that's why I like this kind of stuff, because they take the time to put in things that you don't think would matter. And, you think, oh, you just hear it all together and it's, whatever. Oh, it's just a pop song. Well, it's 108 tracks worth of great. I'm going to bang on about that track count too, because every one of these has a purpose and they all feel something. Even this sub-swell here, which you can barely hear, and I'll crank for you right now to see if you can hear this. Even that barely audible thing has a purpose. You may or may not understand that purpose right now, but it's there, and it created a song that pops. So JJ Ambient. JJ Bass. JJ Dot, which I'm going to go back here and have a listen to. Okay, moving forward. Is it just getting louder? Okay, I think it might just be getting louder. All right. Jordan 01. What you got for us, Jordan? You know what that is. Yes. That's so good. One of the things I like about this stuff is that I'm a huge fan of bass, and I feel like this kind of stuff is helping bring bass back, because it started with, well, in my eyes when I saw it, when I was re-exposed to it, Bruno Mars with that what was that one he did about Michelle Pfeiffer or whatever with Mark Ronson? I don't know, but that track there, I really felt like, yes, someone's bringing bass back into the mix, like real bass. What's this next one? Filtered music. And I feel like, so it's just going through the filter stages, and then goes to that inside the club thing. Yeah, cool. So they're just taking the top end out, taking all the bottom end out for the first slot, and then all that top end that they just put back, that they had in the first place, is now gone. Oh no, it looks like a vocal channel. Let's hear it.
Oh no!
That's hilarious. Let's also move that to the bottom. Look how many channels we're in so far. Oh no, we'll move that down to that part. Swell, ambient, where did we go? Bass, J.JPad, Jordan. Okay, crack that back open. We are 40 channels down. Music filtered, pluck. Okay, let's see this pluck from Jordan. One moment. Alright, I think I know what's going to be like that for the rest of the thing. Another one, another pluck. It sounds like a Juno 2. Also not 2, I mean. Not the number 2, I mean a Juno also. Probably used heavily on this. Real drums. Love a bit of real drums. Oh, hang on, that's a nice little bop there. Little break. Yes, Just drop a beat out. Okay. Skrill effects. Interesting. Ain't gonna waste no time on that. Snare deep. Oh. Take that as a sample. Listen to the beef. That's mighty. Sub. There's a lot of sub in this. A lot of really... Sub bass is bass that's lower than bass. It's like an octave lower than what a normal bass would be. Almost inaudible. You can just hear a little bit of the heat on the front of it. Swish down. And you can see that's a really low level track too. These are the textures that you need in songs to kind of... You know what I mean? This whole thing is a painting. I think it's a friggin' masterpiece if you ask me. Selena, fantastic. A friend of mine, Nick Pekarski, picked up one of these great synths a little while ago from my old work. Listen to that. Can't beat a Selena string ensemble. Look at the other one. That's what a Selena is supposed to sound like. That phaser, that's got that gorgeous phaser. Oh, the chorus, sorry, the chorus. That's so beefy. Fat Selena. And I love that they're using synths from the 80s in here as well. Well, it's Selena, the early 80s or late 70s. But either way, they're using vintage stuff in here. That's what it's for, you know, use it. More Selena, just a little line. And then a little bit more Selena. We'll put it all together in a moment. A high note. And I'll put those other pieces in a second, so check it out. One. Okay, let's run them at once. Yeah, alright, sorry. I just can't not sing it. This has been in my head for weeks, and I just have to come and hear it now. And I will sing. I'm not going to apologise for that. Okay, these bits need to be panned. I strongly feel that way. Oh, yes, please. 2 more, thank you. Yes. See, look, that if you're gonna sue someone for pinching bits, this is the bit you would sue them for, and you can't steal them for this. Dun, 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 dun. That's Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. Listen to this. That's the start of the solo for Sweet Dreams. But then again, it's 1, 2, 3, 2. How many notes is that? No, 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 no. I don't know, but either way, it's like a couple of. You can't just think you can have everything and say, no, you can't use that ever again because that piece of music has been recorded and you're not allowed to do that again. You are allowed to do that again. You can do it. In the context of this entire song, it is ridiculous to think that that would rip something off. That concludes my TED Talk on plagiarism. Okay, I think we're getting into the point now where, there's a couple of vocals there. No, we can take those parts away. I'm going to move them down until we get to another piece, but we are nearly halfway there. Nearly halfway through the tracks at least. Ad-libs, okay, we can put that there. Okay. Selena, Selena, Selena. What piano? Let's hear it. Rich. Fat. I'm going to add this in. I don't know what it is, but I want to hear it. It's a reverse swell. That's sick. That is sick. That is so sick. One more of those. Where'd that come from? Oh, you bastard. I've left one soloed, haven't I? Yeah, okay. Let's hear it. Oh man, I love how it just terminates like that and just zook, it just sucks away. And it's gone. It leaves you with this vacuum that can be filled with these sick vocals that are coming up very, very soon. The drum loop that happens in here, and again, these are in alphabetical order if you're just coming in to watch. So, nice and simple. Got a strange feeling. That's all it's doing. Another ambient melody. Okay. Again, I can't really recognize a lot of these parts out of context. Some pretty solid claps there. Some more claps. Some congos towards the end here. And then we have some cool percussion. It's cool perk, that's what it is. That's definitely cool. I know that somebody in there is watching this that knows what sample those percussion sounds, what machine those percussion samples came from. Feel free to write that down. Write it in the thingamajigs. Listen to them. That sound cool. Let's add them together with these congos. And then whatever this is. Claps. We got a few bits of percussion here. I didn't think I'd get to put some drums together for this one because they're all so spread apart, but... That's cool. Let's find some more. Let's find some more while we're here. Might as well. Here are some snare deep. I'll leave that sub there, but we'll go some real drums. What else? What else looks like percussion? That loop is percussion. Dance kick ain't there for the moment, so we'll just go for that one. And Break My Heart strings only, no. And tambourine, yeah, we'll go for tambourine. Let's put in a little bit of... There's something else here, I'm sure of it. Fills. Let's add those and then play that little piece. That is so loud. That's why I'm pulling that down. Let's listen to the whole section. Okay, bring it in. That is sick. This is my rhythm training. I feel like Mark Rebier right now. It's an Android or it's an iPhone. Okay, that's excellent. Oh, stop doing that. Crash. Let's hear that crash. And crash again. Crash again. That don't sound like a crash. That sounds like a scream. Maybe a car crash. A car crash? Sorry. Just dropping Harry Hagrid bombs on you. A car crash? Guitar one note. Big reverb on one note. Let's hear these keys. And there's a high version of this. Let's pump it in. And then kick loop. And then we've got another kick loop duplication. Interesting. Again, expendable tracks here. They're just dumping them down there because I missed a section or whatever. Maybe they made these in sections. Maybe they made this song without that part and then added it later and added this section to it at a later date and just kind of dumped all the tracks in. Who knows? Dua Lipa, call me and tell me how you did it. That snare, it's a classic. Love it. Just sounds like the punch in the face on a video game. Okay, this peck. Again, I've got everything blasted up so I can see it, but I like that. Just nice and simple one. But again, where are you going to notice this? This is just tiny little things here that enhance this entire experience. So listen to that. And like, there's not a whole lot going on here. It's just between 500 and 3K, right? Just giving you a little something. Oh, don't do that. Okay, there's a few of those. I think we can go without hearing the last 6. Rhodes dupe, which implies that there's a Rhodes somewhere else. I love Rhodes. I watched a video the other day by a guy named Dr. Mix, who is fantastic, and you should check out all of his stuff. He is getting a custom Rhodes built, and I was like, no, I'm so jealous, but also fantastic. Congratulations, Claudio. Gorgeous big fat snare. This tonal, what's this thing here? I'll get rid of that snare. What's this? There's a second one. The exact same. Okay. What happens here at this big part? Okay, just big opens up the cutoff, and then we have this wood block. A strange wood block. It sounds great. It sounds big. What's this? Big clap reverb audio. Judging by the name, I thought it would have been a bigger clap. Reverb audio. This is a 4X hitter. Okay, there's 3 of those. I think we can spare ourselves to the final. And then here's another XXS clap. Okay, that sounds like a sampled clap, but with this reverb. Okay, very cool. Again, expendable tracks. Tycho. Cool. And now we're about to hit that point. We're at track 85. We're only at track 85. I'm just going to double check that there are no more instruments. This all looks like vocal content to me. And that's the perfect time to come over here and tell you to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook, go over to YouTube and subscribe also. And you can have a look at all the other fun things that are going on over there. There's quite a few up now. And there's a lot of really lovely people having a chat and a conversation together and learning things together. In the comments there as well. So thanks to all those people for being very lovely to me. And yeah, we're all just here to learn something. We're all just here to see what we can find out about this stuff, because how often do you get to, hear these things in this way? Okay, we're going to launch over now into the vocal takes on Dua Lipa, Break My Heart. First one. What are we going to check? We're going to check out Voc Throw 1 to 4 centimeters. I don't know if that's what that means, but that's what it says. It says CM. I added that. Another swell. I'll put a few together because there's a lot to get through. Now we can match that up with probably one of these.
I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me.
So that's it. That swell, that's your reverb channel where they've sent it through and just they've heard the track and you do to me, and they turn it up right at the end, and they get that. Crank it up right up towards the end. Similar with this probably. And that would be this part.
For you, always time.
And so there's a delay on that one as well that they've sent it to. And as you can see, yeah, there's a bit of that going on there. We'll move through to the ad-libs.
I would have stayed at home
Which is where we started actually, isn't it?
stayed at home.
I'm going to add these oh-nos. I'll go back to an oh-no.
Oh no.
I love that sound. The face.
Break my heart.
A little bit of distortion on that one, which is cool.
Break my heart.
Is it distortion or is it just over compression? Just a little bit, just to keep it tasteful and really thick, creamy.
I would have stayed at home.
Oh, listen to the note selection in here. I'll move that down so we can actually get a look. Listen to this.
I would have stayed at home.
Is that an overdub or is that like a yodel in her throat?
I would have stayed at home.
I would have stayed. I can't even do it. Yeah, amazing. People who can do that kind of stuff with their voice. Wow. One more time. Let me hear it.
I would have stayed at home.
And if you want to learn how to do that, all you have to do is learn how to do it. I mean, like, Dua Lipa spent a lot of time learning how to do that, which is why it's so easy for her.
I would have stayed at home.
But until then, you're going to sound like, you're going to sound like a moron until then. But hey, the only way to do it is to look silly first. Don't show anyone until you look good, though. And then you will be able to show people.
I would have stayed at home.
He who talks eats last. So make sure you do more than you talk.
I would have stayed at home
Okay. Oh, look, someone had a crack at me for not going through Shakira's or Mariah Carey, so I'll go through this. Go on.
one that could break my heart. Oh no.
Gorgeous.
I knew that was the end of it all. Stayed at home.
Wow. Really, really nice. And then we've got this DLC harmony, Dua Lipa, chorus harmony.
Stayed at home. 'Cause I was doing better alone.
I'll see if I can find more of this.
Said hello.
There's one.
I knew that was the end of it all. Stayed at
And there's
home.
another one.
'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Ooh.
If we put those, we'll add this, the mid one. I've just dropped that there. So put the mid one on by itself first.
Would have stayed at home. 'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all.
Add the other one.
Should have stayed at home.
Oh, shit.
'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no. I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling?
Man, I'm going to get in trouble super quick, I swear, because I just can't stop listening to how good this is.
I would have stayed at home.
Yeah.
'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should.
I'm going to go back and give back those harmonies.
I would have stayed at home. 'Cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no.
Oh, let's hear that oh no.
Break my heart. Oh no.
Yeah.
I was doing better alone.
And what's the DLC, the Dua Lipa chorus harmony here? Oh! We got the ooh, like a raise.
Ooh.
Slight raise. Let's hear it together.
Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no.
That's sick. That's sick. This is the greatest.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
'Cause now there ain't no letting you go.
All right. This part also must go there. So we shall bring them together. So that's a companion part to this part here. These two pieces go together, and these pieces of the puzzle go together too, and we shall put the harmonies together. And then we have this nice little mixture of harmonies. Get down there, will you? Move that centerpiece, and then we've got just the backing vocals.
At home, 'cause I was doing better
This is the main vocal.
when you said hello.
Take it
I
away.
knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed at home. 'Cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no. I was doing better.
She does that thing where she says heart, but she doesn't say the R. And she says like heart, oh yeah, you know what I mean? There's no R, there's no R in it in the universal language of song. It's just kind of like this strange thing that kind of comes out at the side. Listen.
Falling in love with the one that could break my heart.
Hyatt. How do you spell that? Hoyuet. There's a phenomenon. I watched a Vox thing about it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it wasn't, but I watched something about it, and there's like a name for what that is when you. It's like baby talk sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Stayed at home, 'cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed at home, 'cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart?
Okay, that whole section there, we're pretty happy is is chorus stuff, right? Cool. So we can ditch that for now. We're going to go back down to these parts here because this final vocal here seems to be verses. Listen up.
I've always been the one to say the first goodbye. Had to love and
Just
lose
checking if there's anything else there.
100
Vocal throw. What's this?
times. Had to get it wrong to know just what I like.
Yeah, I'm going to bring them back
Now I'm
down.
falling. You say my name like I have never heard before. I'm indecisive, but this time I know for sure. I hope I'm not the only one that
leave him in, go
feels it all.
So
Are
cool.
you falling?
And then we have this other piece here, which is, I'll leave that one effect channel in because you've got your pre-chorus. Oh, yeah, let's hear the main part.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby.
I'm not going to not sing it.
It's you and my
All right, I just want to quickly look at, I'm a bit of a nut for what frequencies are being produced by her voice. So
whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby. It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me. If I would have known it, baby.
okay.
Center of attention, you know you can get
So to me it sounds a little fluffy, and like we've heard before, I normally like a little bit of extra crispiness, so I've just added some of my own there. It's not my mix, I'm not going to mix this, but just listen up.
whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby.
Then I'll add this.
It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me.
Get a bit more.
If I would have known it, baby.
You get a little bit more like top end, sort of like definition or whatever. But again, not my mix. Bye-bye. For that harmony, let's add that harmony, and then we'll be better off.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me.
I love her voice. It's so thick and rich.
It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me.
You can hear a little bit of artifacting sort of going on between. Listen up.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me.
Oh, wait a minute. That's probably just her.
It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me.
Sounds a little bit like really, really tight, which is sus, but again, who cares? It sounds good. It is good. It doesn't matter if you use a bit of pitch correction on something to get an effect. I like it. Use it to practice singing too.
Center of attention, you know you can get whatever you want from me. Whenever you want it, baby. It's you and my reflection. I'm afraid of all the things it could do to me. If I would've known it, baby. Stayed at home, 'cause I was doing better alone. But when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should've stayed at home, 'cause now there ain't no letting you go. Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no.
Warner has blocked us, but that's okay because we're pretty much at the end of the session anyway. Look at what we have covered so far. 108 channels of excellence, if you ask me. Look at all of that. Look at that rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Listen to the colours of that rainbow and hear everything that we've gone through so far because, man, Dua Lipa is so sick. Dua Lipa is so good. I really like what she's doing. You know, like I said, people want to talk shit. Pull me a track out as good as Dua Lipa can. I would love to hear seriously, I encourage you. I really want you to do this, and I really hope that by listening to these things, you can realize that you're only the difference between doing and not doing away from having something done that is like this, sounds like this, it's just a matter of shutting up and doing it, and you can, like, you're a person just like these people are people too. Why could you not do it? Like, I don't understand. Why haven't you done it? Hold on, there's something that we want to take away. Don't do that. You got to get rid of that one. Oh, they're all selected. No. Okay. That one is what's got to go. See what I mean about it not being like...
I was doing better alone, but when you said hello, I knew that was the end of it all. I should have stayed.
Get that up all around you and inside your body, because if you say you don't like this, I know you're lying to me. Hang on, I've got to put it down before NXS gets some more money. Thank you so much, guys, for checking out. Oh, God. I don't hate anyone. I'm just having a good time. Congratulations to everyone involved with this at any stage. Dua Lipa, bloody keep it up. This is this song's gonna be with me for the rest of my life, and that's the thing, is that I'm really, really, really sorry. I'm so happy that I'm pushing the table around. Happy that there's songs that are coming out that still fucking kick ass. They kick ass and they make me want to feel something. And I'm just sick of tough boy music all the time. Everyone's trying to be tough and listen to stuff that makes them tough. Be yourself, man. You're allowed to like it. What's more manly than enjoying what you like? You know what I mean? Tough boys. You can have Venom and Dua Lipa. You know what I'm saying? Great stuff. Thank you all so much. And hit all the clay buttons for subscribing and liking. Enjoy Dua Lipa. Enjoy yourself. Have yourself a nice little cup of water and go on GFY. Enjoy. Bye-bye.